talk about some gear, and I don't mean my fancy new Temu rubber chicken hiking shirt. Tonight, we're going to talk about these. The KRICELY Trail Runners from Amazon. How could 10,000 people on Amazon possibly be wrong? For my entire hiking career, I've been a boot guy. I've worn out more pairs of Merrells than I can probably count. I've worn hiking boots. I've worn combat boots. Even did a stint where I tried to wear sandals. That was a joke. I've always worn boots. I'm just a boot guy. But to be cool like all the other YouTube content creators out there, everybody says, oh, well, you want trail runners. You got to wear trail runners because trail runners are light and yada, yada, yada. So what does any self-respecting YouTube content creator with no sponsors do? I go to Amazon. I find the #1 reviewed trail runner from Amazon, the KRICELYs. I assume that's how you pronounce the name. It's KRIELY. So I'm going with KRICELY. Bought these dudes in this tactical camo color. These shoes, when I bought them, were about 45 bucks. Right now, they're $46.54. As of right now, 9,758 people gave these an average of 4 stars. Over the past 2 months, I've worn these shoes about 37 miles on the trail. Now, when I'm on the trail, I'm not gathering any moss. I'm moving on. So I pound the miles when I'm on the trail. I've worn these in wet. I've worn them in dry. I've worn them uphill, downhill, sideways, left ways, in ways, out ways. I've worn them in rocks. I've worn them in the muck, in the mud. 37 miles, they have held up well. They've taken a beating. You can see the mud on them. We've gotten a lot of rain in Ohio, so it's been muddy. They drain well. They dry well. They've been good shoes. My concern, you look at the bottom, it's worn in the middle of the ball of your foot, and that's my complaint. If you look at the difference between this shoe and this shoe, look at the difference in the thickness of the balls of the feet. The thickness in the balls of the feet is a big issue. I've always had lots of support in this area when I've worn my hiking boots in the past. This is super thin. You can feel everything when you hike in these. Feeling everything, not a problem. I've done the barefoot thing. I've done the barefoot running thing. I've got barefoot shoes. Feeling everything isn't a problem for me. My feet are plenty strong. I don't have an issue with weak feet, so that's not my issue. My issue is right here. I'm not a ball of the foot striker. When I run, historically, I'm a midfoot striker. I'm not a heel striker, and I'm not a forefoot striker. I fall right here. There's very little wear right here. There's wear heavy here and wear heavy here. Every time I have worn these shoes, from the first time until the last time, I have gotten a tremendous blister on the ball of my foot. Sets in about 3 miles in and just never lets up. I've let my feet toughen up for a week or two in between wearing them each time, trying to see, maybe I just need to build up a callus to it. When you pull the insoles out of this shoe, the insole that comes in it is thicker through this section of the foot because this area is so thin. I mean, it's bicycle tire thin. So I went to Walmart, bought a pair of insoles that are sport insoles that have a thicker, more dense cushion in the heel and in the ball of the foot. Put them in thinking, hey, maybe that will help. It'll give me the support I need in the ball of my feet, make me be able to wear these shoes. Unfortunately, that didn't help any. So now I'm in it for the cost of the shoe, which was 45 bucks when I bought it. I'm also in at the cost of $15 or $20 for the insole. So now I'm halfway to the cost of a real pair of shoes. I'm not going to give up on trail runners. I've always run in Brooks. When I was running triathlon, I wore Brooks. I've always worn Brooks around town. So I'm probably going to try a pair of Brooks Cascadias, but the difference is these are $50 shoes. The Brooks Cascadias are $150 shoes. There is a difference. I was hoping to find that diamond in the rough, to find something. And like I said at the beginning of the video, can 10,000 people be wrong? Not necessarily. These would be great shoes for just bumming around town, bumming around the campsite, going to the grocery store, things like that. I will wear them for that. But if you're going to get out on the trail, you're going to log the miles, you're going to put in the work, and you're going to beat your feet, these aren't them, at least in my opinion. I don't have anything invested other than my money in these shoes. This is not a paid advertisement. This is not a review for somebody else. This is a review just for the community out there. Try them out if you want, but buyer beware. That's super thin, and man, it destroys my feet. So all that said, take care out there. We'll see you on the trail.